Hi guys. So it's been like, I don't know, a million years, and I'm sorry for the reflection of my glasses, but I'm gonna have to sit up a little bit. I don't think that I can really adjust my camera stand or it will fall off, and I don't want it to do that. So my voice is kind of shot still. I'm working on it. Also, there's people like my desk sits directly in front of my window, which faces my front yard, and there's like kids playing in the front yard, so they're probably like, who the heck is she talking to? Is she talking to herself? What's happening? Also, my hair is driving me insane because I had my bangs the opposite way. Oh, that feels a little bit better. I had my bangs the opposite way, and they were driving me crazy. So, let's just talk about it a little bit, right? It's been a long time. My hair is also crazy because it's like rainy and windy and weird outside, and so it's wanting to like wave up and be staticky at the same time. It's horrid. It's been a long time, right? I've decided to do Vlogmas this year like I have tried in the past. I think I attempted it last year, didn't do so well. I've several years in a row I did Vlogmas. I've done really well at it. I love it. I think it's so much fun, and this channel is in desperate need of a comeback, you know. I really want to keep going with this channel. I want to revamp it. I want to be involved in it, and I want to be consistent. Consistency is going to be my word of the year. And so I kind of want to talk about that. I want to talk about an update. I want to talk about kind of my thoughts for this channel, my thoughts for my other two channels, and my thoughts for the year. And so that's kind of what I wanted to do. So for this channel specifically, and people are looking in this window, those kids are like, what the heck is going on here? So for this channel specifically, my family has gone through a lot, and my family has gone through a lot in the last year or two. And I'm so sorry about the reflection of my glasses. Here, let me duck down like this and talk to you like this. My family has gone through like a whole heck of a lot in the past couple of years. We've gone through 3 miscarriages. We've gone through a divorce. Now we're going through reconciliation and mending a marriage and really letting God do those things, and I'll get to that in a minute. But we've gone through a whole heck of a lot. And during that time, I've kept up with my planner because I really felt like it was the only sanity that I had to hold on to, honestly. It kept me sane, and it kept me organized for the new life that we were living, right? Like putting them in public school and getting all of these things taken care of that I had to kind of do and mend and pick up and figure out on my own, right? And so it kept me sane. And so I did keep up with that channel, you know, fairly well, fairly consistent, but I want to get a lot better at that as well. But with this channel, I just want to be, oh, can I move this down without it falling? Can I? I just want to be consistent. Let me see if I can do anything about the horrid reflection that is my glasses. Let's see. I can at least shed some light on the situation, right? So I think that's a little bit better. Is it? So I, you know, wasn't quite consistent on this. Well, I wasn't consistent. I stopped doing videos altogether on this channel, and this channel is fairly new. It is fairly new in that I started it out as like a devotional channel, and then I kind of dropped off the map, and then I came back with this as my family channel, right? I think. Or maybe this one was completely new and my other channel became my crafting channel. I can't remember which one. I have 3 channels. It's hard to keep up. But the key is, and the point is that I just want to be more consistent, and I want to keep up with all 3 channels as best as I can. Okay, so let's get into an update. So I think last that you heard from me, I don't even remember. I think it was that I'm getting a divorce video, and it was hard. It was very, very hard. We moved into a house that is in the same city that my parents live in, and it's closer to my siblings. They all go and have went to my dad's church. We were going to a church in Huntsville, and so I started going to my dad's church, and we were finding somewhere for me to move into. We could not find anywhere. Like, it was just one thing after another, after another, after another, after another. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I had to have all this proof of income, and then it was just over and over and over again, like hit after hit after hit, and we just could not find anywhere for me to go. And then all of a sudden, there is a parsonage, if you know that term. It is a house that is on the church property. Sometimes it's not on the church property. Sometimes with other churches, like, it can be anywhere. It can be in a neighborhood or somewhere else, blah, blah, blah. But a lot of times it is on the church property, and that is for the pastor and his family to live. It's part of his salary, blah, blah, blah. Like, that is paid for, and it's just for the pastor and his family to live. And so my dad doesn't live here. He actually made it into offices. So that's what it was being used for, was the youth pastor, which is the associate pastor, and the pastor, the paid staff office. And that's what it was used for. And then it would also be for, like, council meetings and things like that. Like, any kind of, like, devotion. People would come for, like, devotion classes and stuff like that. They would come for whatever. And that little boy was just staring in the window like, what is happening? He was looking at me the whole way across the window because he was like, what is she doing in there? But yeah. So with that being said, my dad was on his knees praying, and he was like, what are we going to do? Like, we have tried. That was like the 4th or 5th house that we had tried to get into, and there's just roadblocks. Like, other people had applied before me, and I was paying all these application fees, and they just weren't going through. And then it was taking weeks and weeks, and nobody was answering us to some of them. And then the answer was no, because I didn't have a job, and blah blah blah, and they wouldn't let me. It was just on and on, just reasons why it was falling apart. Everything was falling through. One of them we really liked, and it turned out to be in a horrible school district. It was like super sketch and terrible. Just really bad test scores, and like troubled kids and stuff like that. And I didn't want their first public school experience to be something like that, And so I was already struggling with the point of putting them in public school to begin with. And it was all this change, the boys were really having a struggle time going through it. And especially Killian. Killian had a lot of emotional, struggle at first. And it was rough. It was really rough. And so my dad was on his knees praying. He was like, why do all these roadblocks keep happening? Like, what the heck? And we can't find a place to live. And he said the Lord spoke to him and was like, why not here? Because he was here. He was in his office. And he was like, bing. And he brought it to the church. And the church was like, heck yeah, of course, absolutely. And we moved in the next day. Or 2 days later. So we live in, actually, it's funny because I lived here as a teenager, right? Because when we first moved here, when I was, it was 2 weeks before my 17th birthday is when we lived here. I was about to be 17, and we had just moved here for my dad to have this church, and we lived here. And we lived here for a few years. I lived here until I went to college, so I only lived here for like a year. But is that right? Because I was just 17. So like a year and a half, right? Yeah, like a year and a half before I went off to college. But anyways, I used to live here, and now me and my kids live here, and it's funny. So Joshua and I are trying to reconcile, and he's that's the dog. He's going to counseling, and he really got involved in his church that we were going to before, in the other city next to ours. And he was really involved with them. He got involved with some couples there that we had gotten to know, but he got to know them even better, and he's doing amazing. He's trying really hard. He has been sober for almost 60 days. which is a huge accomplishment, especially for someone who is so heavily drinking. But, it's a drop in the bucket for sure. And he obviously realizes that, but it is a huge, huge thing to have come that far. And so, we're on the road to reconciliation. However, we are trying to take the time that we need to properly heal. There's a lot of things that I need to heal from the situation. It was a very bad situation for a while. And, he's a different person now. He has definitely let Jesus take control and the Lord really work miracles in his life, and he has been working a lot of miracles. And I might cry about it because I feel super emotional today for some random reason. I don't even know why. But just thinking of what the Lord has done in my family and in our lives is so miraculous and so crazy to me, that he just took such a horrible situation and he is turning it around. He is working. He is moving. And just thinking about that, like how much love he has shown me, is humbling. It's very, very humbling. And I'm trying to duck my head down so you don't get that horrible reflection. But just people that he sent into my life. My dad has been my hero through it all, and my friend Tanya has been my rock, like my sounding board, my venting partner, and she has just been there for me through it all, every step of the way. Even when she doesn't agree with me, she's not scared to put me in my place, and it's just been really nice to have that. I know that she's not just going to tell me something just to make me feel better and just to pacify me. She'll tell me the truth, and having that in your life is so important. And she's just been there for me. She's been such a blessing in my life, and my dad has been such a blessing in my life. And there's been a couple of people in his church that have been a blessing in my life, and they're sweet, sweet ladies, and they've really been a blessing to me. And even some men, their husband's been a blessing to me. And there's just so many people in my corner and praying for my family. There's people at the church that we used to go to that Joshua is now attending faithfully, texting me back and forth about him and giving me encouraging words, and I know they're praying for my family. You know what I mean? Like, I say this all the time, and we as Christians, one big huge mistake that we make is we say, I'll pray for you. I'll be praying for you. I'll pray about it. I'll agree with you in prayer. And we don't say that prayer. We never pray for that person. We never pray for that family. We never pray for that need. We just say that because that's the thing to say, right? And then we forget all about it. And I'm not saying that we do it out of malice or out of, negligence on purpose. But we do that, and we say we're going to pray, and we don't. And so I take it very seriously when I say that I'm going to pray for people, and these people I know are the same way. And when they tell me they're going to pray, they pray. And I just appreciate those people. I can feel those prayers, and those prayers have been answered in so many miraculous ways. And he's continuing to do so much in my life and in my family's life and in Joshua's life. I've seen a dramatic change, and it's been like crazy to see. And I'm looking forward to the future where I can see that continued renewal and restoration and healing in his life. So yeah, that's what's happening. It's difficult. I'm not going to lie. It's very difficult to be separated. We do see each other a lot. He comes over here and spends lots of time with us and dinners, and he brings stuff, and he does some errands for me when I can't really get out very much. The boys have been sick for the past, we've been sick off and on for the past like 2 months. It's been insane. You can still hear it in my voice. It's ridiculous. It's impossible to get rid of, I swear. But he's been running errands for me while I couldn't get the boys out. And, he's been staying with the boys while I ran errands. And he's been, coming to help and just making me feel like I have somebody to rely on. And that was just, it's something that's been missing for a long time. And it's just been very refreshing. but it's still hard to be separated. It's still hard at the end of the night when you eat dinner and you put the kids to bed and you're sitting there, you know, with each other. We've been doing devotionals or just watching a TV show or whatever, and then you have to say goodbye and you go your separate way. It's like very odd to date your spouse, to date, you know, someone who's been your spouse for, you know, 11 years. It's very difficult. You know, tomorrow is my birthday, which is also our wedding anniversary. It's difficult. Those things are difficult. And so I'm not going to lie and say everything's peachy and wonderful, because it's not. It's very stressful. This is a very stressful time of year. It's when business is slow for him. It's you know, when money is tight, and it's also the holidays, so those two don't go hand in hand, and all of those kinds of things. And so it's kind of stressful for everyone involved, but at the same time, healing is taking place, restoration is taking place, you know, reconciliation is taking place, and it's amazing to see and to try to have that perspective on things, to be thankful and to feel blessed and accept the blessings of the Lord in my life, even though it's hard. This is a season, right? So that's what's been going on with that. So we will live in this house, and you know, for a few more months. You know, there's a timeline that has been put in place that we have said we were going to stay separated, and that's what we're going with. And then after that time, you know, if everything is still going the way it is going now, the hope is to reconcile and get back together in one household. I have been doing a lot of planning. I've been doing a lot of soul searching. I feel that I'm going to pull the kids back out of public school at the beginning of the year. I just feel that is what I'm supposed to be doing, and I feel like I just feel it. I never really wanted to put them in public school to begin with at all. It actually broke my heart a little bit to do so, but I'm not saying that public school is the evil of all evils or that teachers are bad. I'm not saying that. And they actually have a couple of really good teachers, and Tristan has a couple of not so good ones. But I am saying that I just don't feel like public school is for my family. I feel like the public school system as a whole it's broken, and you know, I also think that a lot of parents and parenting is broken, and they're putting those broken parenting skills off on their children, who are in turn going to public school, and then they give the teachers a hard time, and they give students things that they should never know, and they subject them to things that they should never know at the ages that they are, and it's just broken parenting. That's what it is, you know. I definitely think that the public school system in my area and in my state is better than a lot of areas. I do think that, but I also just feel like I should be homeschooling my children. I want them to have the education that I want for them instead of the education the government thinks they should have. And so that is my feelings on that. I know that it is not shared by everyone, and that is perfectly fine. I also know some kids that I don't know if they would do that well in homeschooling. I also know some parents that I don't know. You know, I think that public school has a place, and I just don't feel like it's for us. And so I am probably going to pull them. That is the plan, is to pull them after winter break. So I am trying to be more consistent. Like I said, that's my word of the year. It's going to be my word of the year. I'm super excited about it. Consistency in my Bible study, in my prayer time, consistency in my filming of videos, consistency in my creating for Etsy, consistency in my advertising of my things for Etsy, consistency in my routines. I'm putting routines together of morning routines and afternoon routines and nightly routines and weekly routines and things that I do that help set me up for the next day or the next week or whatever. I'm excited about it. I'm nervous because I know that sticking to a strict thing is not my forte. It's just not. There's a reason why I call my channels like creative chaos. It's because that's when I am creative, is in chaos. I thrive in the chaos of things. And hello, I have 4 boys. Like, I kind of have to, you know what I mean? But at the same time, that's just my personality. That's the way I thrive. I thrive in... Is the reflection going to go away? No. I thrive in the craziness of things, the crazy parts of things. And so, you know, it's hard for me to stick to heavy, strict routines. I'm just not that great at it. But I think that my family, there are members of my family who thrive under routines, very strict routines. And because of that, I feel it is necessary for me to adopt those routines for my babies to thrive. My personality is not that way, but I need to do it. So I'm hoping that my YouTube channels and all of these planners are going to help me. I'm trying to be super strict on myself and super good about filling them out every day and sticking to them and things like that, because I need to. I have them for a reason. They will organize my life if I let them, right? So those are kind of my thoughts. On this channel, I'm hoping to do 2 to 3 videos a week. That is what I'm hoping I can pull off. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm going to try really, really hard to do so. I want to do a little bit of vlogging. I want to do some clean with me's, you know, whatever. I want to do some encouraging words. I want to do some things like that. And that's what I want to do. So I'm hoping 2 to 3 videos a week is what I'm hoping for. So with that being said, I'm hoping like Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. That's what I'm hoping for. So with that being said, I am going to do Vlogmas, and that will be 1 video a day for the 25 days at least. It could be the whole month of December, but I'm going to shoot for at least the 25 days. And so that's what I'm hoping for there. And then I have other videos that I want to do, you know, for my other channels as well. And I hope that you will subscribe to this channel, but I also hope that you'll subscribe to my other ones too. You may not even be interested in all of them. It's kind of different, right? They're like way different, which is why I separated the channels to begin with. But I am super excited. I'm excited about the future. I'm excited about what's to come. This is a hard time. I'm not going to lie about that. It's a hard season in our lives. I'm not going to lie about that. But that's what's so good about this channel, right? I never sugarcoat anything. I just transparent. Like, that's all I know how to be. So I'm going to continue to do so. So thank you for listening to my update. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. No question is too crazy. No question is too nosy, because you know me, again, transparency. So there could just be details I forgot. So just leave them in the comments below if you have any questions. And I will answer them as soon as I can. And yeah, I'm excited about the future. So here we go. Are you ready? Buckle up and let's go. Let's do the dang thing. So day 1 of Vlogmas. Here we are. See you tomorrow. Bye, guys.